Mic check 1 2 1 2. We back. He done did it. Just like I knew he was gonna do it. The deal was done. The blockade about to be lifted. The strait about to be open. Especially after, like, you know what I'm saying, like, people, they wasn't even really, you know what I'm saying, letting people know. He went after that helicopter went down. He went in there for a couple of days and started bombing them. So sat down at the table, you know what I'm saying, inked a nice little deal. Remember, gas prices used to be what? Oil. Barrels of oil was up to $120 a barrel, back down to 80. Now after this, watch it keep going down. When that strait open up, like let it be a week straight of just, you know what I'm saying, passage. Them oil prices, them gas prices is coming down. But let's see what they talking about.
Way to begin a new week. Good morning, everyone. Are we on the breakthrough that we've been waiting for? President Trump saying over the weekend that U.S. and Iran have struck a deal to end the war, what that entails and where things go from here. So there are many questions out there. We'll work through them day by day and step by step. And congratulations to LJ. He nearly survived. I'm Bill Hemmer live in New York.
And to Ainsley for getting it across the finish line. We love that. All right, I'm Dana Perino, and this is America's Newsroom. A lot of news and a lot of sports over the weekend. We'll get you caught up on everything. So President Trump is celebrating the deal as he heads to the G7 in France. Pakistan helped mediate the agreement, and it says a signing ceremony is scheduled for Friday in Switzerland.
So now the deal is designed to restore global shipping and begin formal talks on Iran's nuclear program. The Vice President, J.D. Vance, breaking that down the following way.
First of all, I think it's a great day for the American people because what this deal does fundamentally is two things. It immediately reopens the Straits of Hormuz. We're already seeing in the past 24 hours more traffic flow. You see oil prices coming down. But you also have the long-term commitment that Iran will never develop or procure a nuclear weapon. Those are two very big wins for the American people. I think the important thing to understand is that the agreement is fundamentally built around a two-step verification process. We say to the Iranians, you are welcome to have access to an unsanctioned economy. You're welcome to be reinvited into the world economy, but only if you honor the commitments that you make in this agreement.
So now a new week begins. General Jack Keane has analysis on where we are at the moment. Trey Yingst reporting on this throughout the weekend.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Let's get it done, man. Like, let's get it done. Let's get it done. I believe it's all good news. I believe that, you know what I'm saying, Donald Trump been proving him wrong every chance he gets. So hate on that. I can't wait till they see. I can't wait to see what they're going to talk about, the bad news that they're going to say, oh, this deal ain't right, this deal ain't right. Now, giving them money and giving them a fucking, excuse my language, giving them money and giving them a path to a nuclear weapon like so-called other presidents did, that ain't the way to go. But telling them, like, nah, no nuclear weapons, but you know what I'm saying, no bombing your neighbors. We not moving. We'll move the blockade, but we not moving out of the Middle East. We're going to keep watch, and then you mess around again, we're going to be back at it again. So just to let them know, like, yo, we're never going to let up. You're going to have to follow these rules. So let's, you know what I'm saying, let's see what this dude talking about.
Terrific job then, and again today. Let's start there in Tel Aviv. Trey, hello.
Yeah, Bill, Dana, good morning. After more than 100 days in a state of war, a deal has been reached between the United States and Iran. Overnight, President Trump posted on Truth Social saying that the deal will bring peace and security to the entire region. We still await the final text of the Memorandum of Understanding, but we do know a signing ceremony is set to take place on Friday in Geneva, Switzerland. Shortly before the agreement was announced by President Trump, the Pakistani Prime Minister thanked Qatar, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia for their roles in negotiations. Prime Minister Sharif said this today from Islamabad.
After 3 months and 16 days of horrible war, with the grace of God, Iran and America have agreed and announced ceasefire, and a complete and permanent end to military operations has been declared on all fronts.
Keyword: complete and permanent end. That's where we trying to go. That's what we trying to see. That's the deal right there.
Including Lebanon.
Before the deal was signed, it was nearly derailed. The Israelis targeted Hezbollah with strikes in response to drone attacks on the northern part of their country. Iranian officials immediately vowed to respond with missile fire toward Israel. A diplomat with knowledge of the situation told Fox News that Qatari mediators...
Israel don't want this to happen. Israel, chill out, yo. Now y'all looking like the haters. Now y'all looking like everybody who talking about y'all. Y'all making them look right. Fall back, small back. Like, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to ink this deal. Y'all keep going against Hezbollah and all that. Like, if you're not going to get them, like Trump got all the leaders in Iran, you got to chill out, man. You got to chill out and just watch closely. But don't try to mess up the deal. Don't be the bad guys of the situation.
Stayed in Tehran conducting intensive negotiations coordinated with the United States. Vice President J.D. Vance described to Fox News what those final moments were like before the agreement was reached. Could you take us behind the scenes of what that moment was like leading up to this deal actually being signed?
After the Israelis struck Beirut, we were very worried, and we saw a lot of evidence that the Iranians were going to launch a large number of missiles at the Israelis. With our communication with them over the course of getting to this signed peace deal, they assured us that they were not going to respond to the Israelis, and they were going to sign this agreement and get to peace. Now, of course, you always have to verify these things, Trey, and we know that there are a lot of people in the Middle East who do not want to make this deal happen.
I spoke with President Trump just before the agreement was reached, and he was optimistic about what this agreement means for the region. He also got directly involved, ensuring that the Iranians didn't launch missiles at Israel at the last moment. Bill?
Okay, Trey, we should see him in about an hour's time when he arrives there in France. Before Friday happens, do you know of one telling moment that we should all pay attention to watch and see whether or not this deal stays intact?
One telling moment that, in fact, this deal stays intact. What type of question is that? It's either the deal stays intact or it doesn't. What moment are you talking about? You understand what I'm saying? Like, yo, no nuclear bombs, keep the ceasefire going, open the strait, lift the blockade. The moment you answer that question yourself, the moment is if they start trying to manipulate the strait again. That's the moment.
If you were to point to one thing, Trey, after all your conversations, what would that be right now?
Well, I would look at two things. When you broadly have an agreement like this, it's important to be measured, because it's one thing to sign a deal, it's another thing to implement a deal. And there will certainly be roadblocks and hurdles ahead. But ultimately, we will initially see the Strait of Hormuz opening again. And in response, the United States will lift the naval blockade of Iranian ports. It's this 60-day window that's critical to look at as it relates to Iran's nuclear program, and if they're actually serious about making these concessions that they have indicated they will. But we should also look at what the Iranians didn't get as part of this agreement. When they entered into negotiations with the United States, they demanded that all U.S. forces leave the Middle East, and they're not getting that. Ultimately, even if there is a U.S. military drawdown, you will still have thousands of U.S. service.
We'll lift the blockade, but we ain't leaving the Middle East, I'll tell you that. We got to keep a close eye on these people, because, you know, they always say one thing and then be trying to do another thing. So they ain't getting that. I understand that.
Members in places like Bahrain, where the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet is located, and also in places like Qatar at the Al Udeid base that normally houses around 10,000 American soldiers. And so the military option will remain on the table for President Trump. And as part of this agreement, U.S. officials tell Fox News the Iranians are not going to receive sanctions relief until they uphold their end of the bargain.
Wow. Okay, Bill? A lot to go through. Trey, thank you.
I'm going to end the video right there, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave the link in the description, but this is great news, you know what I'm saying? I just want the strait to be moving. I don't really care about nothing else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Middle East. They've been firing and bombing and doing all types of things for the last 100 years. So as long as the strait is moving and the price of oil goes down, that's the important thing That's the important thing about the whole thing. So straight open, oil prices go down, economy gets better for the whole world. The global economy will get better as long as the price of oil goes down. That's the whole goal. You understand what I'm saying? That's what everybody needs to be focused on. All the countries around Iran, keeping Iran in line, so the oil prices could come down and everybody can have some type of release at the gas pump. But we out. Another video, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let's get the conversation started. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification. I do respond. I do read the comments. So, you know what I mean? Holla at me. Show me love. We're going to continue building this channel. We're going to continue coming out with these videos. Holla at me.